We had to fill in the holes over the door with wood putty. And also on the mantle where the blocks were, we filled in all the little holes with wood putty. And then Kevin is up here on the ladder. He's been filling in the screw holes with wood putty. And right now he's up here, but I can't, it's hard to show. He's filling in the screw holes with wood putty, and then we'll go back and sand all of these by hand. I'm going to start priming this room today, and we have just put some plastic down on the floor, and we have this left to cover. But we had some of the blue painter's tape left over, so we've used that, but then we were given some frog tape. And I can tell you right now that the frog tape is much, much stickier than the blue painter's tape. So depending on how well it comes back off the floor when we're ready to take it off, we'll see if we buy it again. But so far, I can definitely say that it's stickier. The floors are covered, and now we will prime this whole room. Kevin's starting on the bookshelves. But this whole room will be primed. All that wood putty will be covered down here. Okay, I just want to do kind of a product review on the frog tape versus regular painter's tape. The painter's tape has come up a lot around the edge, and I've actually pushed that back so that I could prime around it. And I want you to look over here next to the floor where it's come up like this, because you wouldn't think that that matters, but it does, because that's the wood floor, and I don't want to get paint all over it. So when I get to this point, I'll have to push it back to prime next to the floor over here. But the green frog tape has not moved. It has not come up at all. I haven't seen, let me walk over here, I haven't seen anywhere where it has come up. Yeah, it has not come up at all. It stayed perfectly perfect on the floor where I had it, and all of the blue tape has started to come up. So I will not buy blue tape again. Like I said, this was given to us, and I don't know how much it was, but even if even if it costs more, it's worth the money. Okay, we're still priming, and we're just starting to prime the bookshelves, and I'm up here in the nosebleed section. Haven't done very much, but Kevin rolled the walls. You can see where the difference between where he got and where he didn't get. I don't. It's still worth it. We're going to be getting the frog tape, even though it's more. We bought Valspar paint, the Ultra Semi-Gloss, and the colors we decided on are, we wanted to stay with the historic preservation, so we decided on Lincoln Cottage Lattice Green. I don't know how that'll show on film. And the Homestead Resort Jefferson White. And that's actually the color that the mantle was before we started anyway.
We'll move us back in the center. Step
he's not. Okay, do it on the wall. The first stroke. It's darker than I thought it would be. But I like it. Do you like it? You would say that even if you didn't.
No. It looks like wet cement, right?
It does. Okay, we've painted one layer of the green, and I'm still not finished cutting in. I still have, I don't know if you can tell because of the sun. Down here at the floor, I still need to cut in with the green, but it has taken me hours just to do the top. And I don't have to get to the very top because we're gonna have crown molding. If you're gonna have crown molding, there's no need to waste the paint and go all the way to the ceiling, and you just risk hitting the ceiling. But this was the hardest part to get, so far at least, because you're in a little hole basically, and you don't want to hit the side of the shelf. But Kevin is painting the shelves white, and it is covering up that plywood. I was worried that the words and the X's would show through, and that's the layer of primer that we did last night. And then you can see he's done the shelves below, and it's covering all that right up, so you won't be able to see any of that stuff later. Second coat on the walls, and we've moved in an additional light because it gets dark so early now. And Kevin is up on the ladder doing another coat on the bookshelves. Here's the molding we got. It's really thick. We have more on the floor here. And then we also bought these boxes that we have to paint for the tops, and then these are for the corners. So we're gonna paint all of these white. Pieces are already primed when you buy them, but you have to put whatever paint of your choice on them, and it does make them a lot shinier. I'll try to show you the finish. See that you can see how shiny this is, and then this is what they're like when you buy them. This is just the flat paint. So you could put them up like this, but then you get them and there's these rough patches too, and you don't want people to be able to see that. So it's best if you paint them. Kevin is installing the first piece of corner block. This is a center block. We put up the first piece of molding, and I got to use the nail gun for the first time, and now we're going to put up the second piece. This is the finished quarter round before caulking. Everything came together really well. There's only one piece that wasn't perfect, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you before on that so I can show you after, because he does a really good job caulking. Okay, this is, we're towards the end of the project, and Kevin is going to put quarter round around the sides of the room. And I just wanted to show you the frog tape has stuck the entire time. He's but it's coming right up. But that is wonderful tape. Whereas the blue painter's tape, it's just, it wasn't even worth my time putting it down here. All of that came up. But we've had ladders in here and everything scooting around on this floor, and that frog tape has never moved. As you can see, we're just caulking up the cracks. And he has actually already been up here and done some. And the big crack that I showed you earlier, he explained to me that he has to build a wall up. And this is like the first layer of the wall, and he has to wait overnight for it to dry, and then he'll put another layer on the wall. And that way you won't be able to tell that there's a crack even there. But his feet are very, very, very sore, so he's just trying to do as much as he can on his bottom right now.